October 25th, 2022. I woke up this morning after having actually slept very well last night. Upon waking, I had a rather obsessive thought that I had better review the camera's footage for last night. I figured it was because of the storms that rolled through, and that was maybe what had piqued my interest. As I was reviewing the footage, I was just kind of scrolling through, deleting whatever seemed insignificant. One of the cameras is in the window of a room of the house where I need the visual outside, but also need the sounds within the room to be recorded. On the thumbnail that came up, it said sound, so I opened the file to let it play. What I found left me completely speechless. It was over an hour of completely unexplainable footage. The storm had well passed at this point, and all was clear. There would be no interference such as rain bludgeoning the window or roof, nothing at all of that nature to account for the weirdness that ensued. But let me continue on. There was the sound of a metallic or digitized voice. Then the sound of the door to this room inside my house opening. Keep in mind that if the door had opened, the camera inside the kitchen area, which is pointed directly in this direction, would have recorded anything happening here. Anything at all. I reviewed every bit of the kitchen footage after watching all of the footage from this window. There was nothing on that camera at all for the entire night, which is very strange because if even a speck of dust flies through the camera field and it will be recorded, and this happens pretty often. As I watched the video from the room where the voice was recorded, I noticed that the camera started to act like someone was trying to move it, and as it was jarring a little, for lack of a better description, and the video glitched. If you have ever seen a camera screen when it has taken a hit or been dropped while recording, that was it. The picture stopped, made a static sound, and the rainbow came up on the screen, and the camera would lose chunks of time every time this glitch happened. Once the camera rights itself after this first glitch, there was a strange orange pulsating glow in the distance in the middle of the woods. I live in the country. I am surrounded by woods. Miles and miles of woods in the direction of the light. I believe I should mention that I had also witnessed this exact glow back in August, which was the first time that I was ever a witness to it in my life. I have lived in this area for many years. And tonight is the second time that this has happened. It looks like a huge fire in the woods, except it rhythmically pulses, and the pulse is completely uniform. Like every 7 seconds the pulse is at the peak of the pulse, it then dims, then intensifies again. Over and over, the entire time it's happening. This morning the light started at 5:16 a.m. and lasted until 6:50 a.m. I took a screen recording of the entire event, all of the glitches and every single thing just for the recordings to disappear completely off of my phone. And as I sit here trying to load a video of the anomaly from August, the files keep giving errors and won't play at all. There are things in the sky that appear on the video throughout, and they all seem to be moving toward the pulse, then away from it. There is a 2-story log house on the hill across the way, and it appears that some of them stop directly over the house, then after sitting there for a few seconds, they move away. October 21st, 2022. I am sitting here listening to Ryan and Shane, formerly of BuzzFeed Unsolved, read stories from their collection, Are You Scared? In this series, they talk and cut up while telling and reading stories on their channel. I moved Rainy, which is one of our dogs, to another location a couple miles from my house earlier today. And as I'm sitting here working at the computer, I hear her outside barking. But anyway, while I was sitting at the computer desk the day before yesterday, there was suddenly very loud pounding on the other side of the wall in front of me, which would be inside the bathroom. The pounding was causing everything to shake and the floor was vibrating. There is no one here except for my daughter and myself, neither of which happened to be in the bathroom. Several nights ago, the camera in my daughter's bedroom window caught her making a sound, Then a deep gravelly voice mimicked her sound exactly, then she laughed. Over several nights while reviewing the camera footage for each night, I have noticed recently that something starts to mess with the camera. It seems that it is trying to move or remove it from its mount. The camera mount is solidly anchored by screws into the solid wood window frame. I figure that if I give it enough time, due to its aggression, it will achieve its goal. September 10th, 2022. I had a dream last night about a guy who looks a lot like Taylor Lautner, Jacob from the Twilight Saga. I don't really recall much about the dream, and didn't think much of it through the day. At around 1 p.m. my son, my daughter, and myself ran to the store, and my son ran in and grabbed the few things that we needed to make dinner. On the way back to our house, I saw someone riding a horse down our road. It's a dead end. No one out here has horses that they actually ride, but we're in a country enough area, so it could be anyone. As we got closer, I realized that I know the person. She lives a few miles away from us, though not in our area or on our road. We stopped and I asked her what she was doing in my neck of the woods. She said she just needed some time away. I got out of the car, hopped on the horse with her and rode the rest of the way to my house. My son drove on ahead. As we were riding, I remembered something. She has a younger brother named Brandon who bears a striking resemblance to Taylor Lautner. Strange connections happen in this old world. A little more weirdness to carry us into this fine evening. Later this same strange evening, I was talking with an old friend of mine. We were talking about messed up haircuts. I once had very long hair to my waist, as I do now, and I let someone trim it. When I left the salon, my hair was a couple inches long, and I was beyond furious. Anyway, said friend is going through that same thing right now. I sent her a picture of my hair. I happened to be sitting on the hospital bed next to my dad in the picture. She asked me who it was, laying in the bed. I told her it was Dad. She asked me if he passed. I said this August 2nd was a year ago. We no more than said that when my dad's sister popped up messaging me on my phone after not having spoken a word to me since the day he died. As I sit here and write this, I saw the reflection in my laptop screen of someone move from the left to my right behind me and kept going. To go anywhere in that direction, a person would have to open the front door to my right and walk out, or turn left and walk into the bathroom. There's literally nowhere else to go. Yet when I turned around thinking my son must be standing behind me, as he often would be to freak me the hell out, no one was there. If you have a true, scary story, and would like to hear it on this channel, please submit it to SinisterFido@gmail.com. Until next time, stay sinister.